Hi, good morning. I hope you are doing well and I hope you're having a beautiful week. It's another Tuesday and we are still on 2 Kings chapter 18. I have 2 points to share today and I will briefly read from verse 5. It says, Hezekiah trusted in the Lord, the God of Israel. Judah never had another king like him, either before or after his time. He was faithful to the Lord and never disobeyed him, but carefully kept all the commands that the Lord had given Moses. So the Lord was with him and he was successful in everything he did. If you go through all the scriptures about King Hezekiah, the only consistent thing that he did was that he trusted in God and kept his commands. Consistency. There are many things that we desire in life. There are many goals we want to meet. There are many things we want to become. We want people to know us for this, for that. But there's always just that small, consistent price that we have to pay. And for a king of a powerful nation like Judah, all he had to do was obey God and trust in him. I know that there are some things that we are doing now, and we already know because the Holy Spirit is always speaking. You have to do these things consistently. He keeps telling you. Sometimes I tell people, yes, prayer is not enough. There's always action. When you ask God for something, He always gives you action points. And there are some that He will tell you have to keep doing. How open are we to keep doing them to ensure that we meet our goals? Sometimes it's not in the big things. It's just in those tiny details that we just need to keep doing every time and every day. And before you know it, you will see enormous results. Yeah. And because of that, I wrote that, be faithful and obedient, and there will be none like you. I jotted that down. And all that just tells me is, regardless of this story, regardless of King Hezekiah, there are things that we need to do consistently that will set us apart, that will make us stand out. How ready are we to do those things? God honors our trust and obedience in Him, no doubt. So when He tells us do this, going ahead to do it to the extent that He wants us to is having trust in Him, knowing that if He has said we should do this, it will work. So there are two different things. You pray, you get instructions, you do it. It's a process. And also another point I want to share is on holiness and righteousness. And I wrote here that holiness and righteousness is a journey. The desire to be holy and righteous is all you need. Desire it, and the Holy Spirit makes it all available through your obedience and faithfulness. So it always comes back to obedience and faithfulness. When people say, what does righteousness mean? In my own simple understanding, I always just tell them righteousness is doing the right things. And you cannot do the right things if you are not led by the Holy Spirit, because there are sometimes what is seemingly right is wrong. That is aside set rules and regulations. There are some things you want to do that seems right to everyone, and the Holy Spirit is like, no, don't do that today. Last week I spoke about not keeping God in a box. Yeah, this still comes around that issue. For one to be holy and righteous, you have to just desire it. There's really nothing much you can do on your own to attain these levels, but just to desire and ask the Holy Spirit to help you, and then to relax and enjoy the journey, because nobody really is perfect. There is no perfect journey. The only perfect constant is God, and He has given us the Holy Spirit to make our journey easy. So the more we avail ourselves to His words, His promptings, His guidance, and the more that we are open and believing that this is what I want and He's going to do it, with time we will see that we have attained it, and that we are already at levels that we never expected to be. So let's try as much as possible to avail ourselves to God, obey Him, trust in Him. It's not easy, but I believe that for every time you fall off, just get back up. Nobody has it easy, seriously. Don't compare your journeys, just keep going and just desire Him. As much as you desire Him, He will always come close to you. He loves you, He always wants to be with you, and the Holy Spirit is our helper, is always and ever present to want to guide us. So let's be open to His guidance and His directions. So have a beautiful day and a lovely week ahead.